Henry, welcome. How far have you, what distance have you covered so far?
So I've covered just north of 320 kilometers at the moment.
Okay, so still a hell of a lot to go. How are you feeling? Are you quite confident at this stage?
I'm feeling very confident. It's been such an amazing journey so far. I've met incredible people. I've met tons of people who've been afflicted by mental health or have family members who've come out running with me. It's just been an amazing community-driven project.
So I've done the calculations, 2,800 kilometers over 100 days. That's not that far to run a day. I mean, so plus minus 28 kilometers a day. So it's not necessarily about it being at an extraordinarily difficult physical feat. It's pretty much, as you're saying, about the journey, the people you meet, and raising awareness. So how are you doing that?
Yeah, it's really not too much. It's like 2 and a bit hours out of my day. It's a half marathon. I think the idea behind it was just that world record gives it a bit of credence and a bit of something for people to gather around. But the message has really been what's been strengthening. Every town I go into, I sort of drive in my little car with little stickers on it. And I try and make contact with all the local coffee shops, all the local tourist hotspots, because obviously tourism's been really badly affected by COVID. And I'm just trying to boost the profile of South Africa locally. I think we've got such a beautiful country, like I said, and I just think it's very underappreciated. So I just go and make friends with everyone in the community, and I try and get as many runners as I can and just spread the message that way.
So the length that you're running is pretty much the length of the South African coastline. You started in Kosi Bay, and you hit KZN pretty much as unrest and looting broke out there. Tell us about what that was like.
It was a bit of chaos. We were on our way down from Sodwana. We just finished an amazing stint there with scuba diving and everything. And we were on our way to St. Lucia, and the people in St. Lucia phoned me and said it was closed. So we drove through Hlahluwe and we got stopped there, and they told us there was no ways we could get down the N2 through Matuba. So we stayed the night there. We were getting ready to run around the hotel the next morning. It was going to be a lot of laps of the hotel. But then somebody had said they'd cleared the road, and we made a go for it. And we ran the gauntlet. There was debris everywhere. But the positive thing is that there were just people out on the streets cleaning up. There was a police presence there. People were just taking their time out, their own time, not police, not government officials, anyone, just clearing the road to make sure that people could get through. So it was really heartwarming in a way.
So mental health is so important at this time. Not only have we been trying to make it through a pandemic for the last year and a half, which has severely affected people's mental health, levels of anxiety and depression skyrocketing, but now we've seen this unrest in KZN, which has had a very big impact on South Africans all over the country, understandably. Why is mental health so important to you personally as Henry?
So, I mean, my story goes all the way back to the beginning of lockdown. And I mean, I've said this to everyone I come across. I've been lucky and privileged and in a position that I can afford to go and see a psychologist. Something like 98% of the world don't have access to mental health resources, psychologists, psychiatrists, all of that. Through my journey with my psychologist, I came across SADAG and all the good work they do. And I mean, you're talking about this rioting and these looting now. Their WhatsApp line receives something like 5,000 messages an hour during these lootings, their anxiety hotlines and all of that type of stuff. So they just fulfill a role for free that a lot of people struggle with and a lot of people actually need access to. And I don't think a lot of people know about.
So that's where this money that you want to raise is going to go. How can South Africans contribute to the money that you're raising?
We've put together a little website called www.runhenryrun.co.za, and people can donate through that. If you can't donate, I completely understand. It's tough times. They can follow me on Instagram. They can share my posts on Facebook, cock.henry. Just check in on your friends, phone your parents, tell them you love them, phone your friends, tell them you love them, ask them if everything's okay. I just think it's important to be kind right now. I think there's a lot of anger and a lot of resentment and a lot of just underneath the surface. And I just think everyone just needs to be a bit kinder.
And that is definitely something we all can do. Henry said it, just be kind. Thank you very much, Henry Cox, speaking to us. Of course, still well over 2,000 kilometers to go in his journey, and you can carry on following him on the social media platforms that he just gave us there.